Hey guys, this is Dhruv and welcome back to my YouTube channel Programming Protein. So guys, in this video we are going to know about some format specifiers. So let's begin. So guys, as we discussed in most of our previous videos, that for processing of data or to solve our problems, we need to input raw data through the variables. So as in our previous video we discussed that to understand that what type of data we want to input through the variables or to allocate memory spaces for the variable, we need some data types. Now to tell the compiler that what type of data we need to input through that particular variable, because compiler does not understand our language. So to indicate the compiler, to tell the compiler that what type of data we want to input through the variables, we need some format specifier. So in the simple language we can say that format specifier tells the compiler that what type of data or what type of value we want to input through that particular variables. So okay, so now let's take a look on the syntax of the format specifier, that how to write a statement so that compiler understand that what type of value we want to input through that variable. So this is the syntax of format specifier, and this is the particular syntax for printing statement to print something, and for input something, and that if you want to input something through the user, then this is the input statement. Okay, so now let's talk about the print statement. So to print something on the screen, we need to use the predefined function, that is printf. So this is the syntax of printf statement, that printf, after that parenthesis, and between the parentheses you have to write the statement which you want to print. Okay, so with the statement which you want to print, you have to put in between the double inverted commas. So this underscore is a blank. So whatever the data type of the particular variable is, you need to put the format specifier for the particular data type. Okay, so let's suppose that if a is a variable of integer data type, so we need to put d in the place of underscore, because d is the format specifier for integer values. So when you write the format specifier, firstly you need to write the percent sign, and after that the character which represent that what type of value you want to input through the, or you want to print through the variable. Okay, so particular statement tells the compiler that we want to print the value which is present in the variable a. Now whatever the data type of variable a is, this statement prints the value which is present in a. Now let's talk about the scan statement. So in scan statement we put the format specifier of that particular type, whose type of value we want to input in the variable a. So in the variable a we put the address bar, because in the value which user input through their keyboard will stored in the address of a. So simply we can say that the format specifier will reflect the variable which is written along with it. Okay, now let's take a look on some format specifier which is used to define or to tells the compiler that what type of data we want to input through the variables. So here is the list, that percent d. So percent d is used to reflect the integer type of values. That means if you have to input or if you have to print the integer value, you have to declare the format specifier, or that is percent d. And in the same way, for character values you should have to you should have to use the format specifier percent c, and for float value you should have to use the format specifier percent f, and for string values, the collection of multiple characters which is present between the double inverted commas. For this string you have to use percent s, and for int unsigned decimal, as I discussed in the previous video what is unsigned, so for unsigned value you should have to use the percent u. And now there are also multiple format specifier which I don't put in this list, because they are not very useful. Okay, so these are some format specifier which maybe some of you are taking as a very complicated terms, but when we start to do some problem related to the C programming, you will start to understand what the concept of format specifiers. Okay, So that's it for this video. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit that like button. If you have any query regarding this content, then comment down below. I will try to solve your problems. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, then do subscribe please. I will come with a new videos every day. Thank you.